Everybody, it's David McKeever and Richard Hundley with Brokers with Advanced One McKeever Real Estate. And this is the Ask the Broker show. And today's show, we have a special couple guests for you today. They're top agents. And Richard, why don't you introduce our first guest on the show today, Anthony.
Okay, today, like David said, it's top agents and tips from top agents. We wonder what's the difference between top agents and medium agents and lower agents. Well, hopefully through this show and a couple of others, we'll find out. And today we're going to introduce Anthony Wolford, who, believe it or not, is just about going into his 14th month in the business. And already one of our top agents, moved right up the ladder fast, has closed, I don't know, about 8 or 10 already this year, even with what's going on. So good job, Anthony. We really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Now tell us a couple of the things you do that makes you the top agent you are.
Well, it's pretty complicated, but to make it simple, I keep my hand on the pulse of my database, and I'll keep it replenished every week. I follow up with it, even though the individuals in the database may not be in the market to buy or sell, but it kind of branches and bleeds off into other people. So as long as I just follow up and stay in their face and talk to them, reach out to them, conversate with them, just keep me on their mind, then they always know who to refer when it comes to buying or selling real estate. So
hey, Anthony, I had a question. That's an excellent way to do business. What are your methods to follow up with people? Are you generally calling, texting, sending emails, Instagram, Facebook messages, or is it, what do you do to follow up, and then how often do you follow up with people?
Every day I reach out to people. So I come into the office for about 2 hours a day.
Okay.
And that's when I make phone calls to my database. I use this tool that sends automatic voice messages to them. Okay. And then I also use MailChimp. So my MailChimp is loaded with email addresses, and it just kind of keeps me in contact with people.
So you just mentioned 3 systems, if people aren't paying attention, that you're using. You're calling your database, number 1. Then you're using a system to leave them voicemails. And then you're using the email system to send emails out to the database. So that's basically 3 things right there. At minimum, you're using to stay in front of people. That's awesome.
Yeah. And then also social media. So my social media is pretty constant. Mm-hmm. I know people probably get tired of seeing me, but I got a lot of my page has a lot of likes. I get a lot of people engaging with my posts, and it just keeps me popular, keeps me relevant. Sure. So when you think of real estate, then boom, I'm right there.
Yeah.
Like one lady who's brought me 2 deals already, and then she bought a house with me. She knew that I was in real estate from social media, and then she had been thinking to herself, oh, I'm gonna call Anthony, but she never did until one day she seen a billboard with me on it on I think it was West Lane or somewhere. So that helps too. I'm not shy in reinvesting in myself.
Okay.
Either. I don't get my closing checks and I'm gonna blow this. I budget, and I have a huge ad budget also to help keep developing.
So you're using social media with the way it should be used, in my opinion, is just to stay in front of people Like you said, when the time comes and they think about real estate, they're going to think about Anthony because Anthony just posted the day before or the week before and 3 days before. You're staying in front, staying top of mind. And like I try to tell all of our agents, don't be a secret agent, right? Don't be hidden. And you're doing the opposite of that. So great strategies. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Anthony, great job. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. And I think the theme of this whole show has been communication for one thing, and it looks like it's working. So great job. I tip my hat to you, and keep up the great work. And hopefully that rubs off on other people out there that are listening to us.
Yeah, communication is key. Conversation you have with somebody today will get you a deal next year.
Yeah,
As long
definitely.
as you just keep it rolling, then they'll just. The closing I had yesterday, I talked to a lady when I first started, and she was already telling me that she had an agent that she's been working with for years, and that she'll probably most likely use him. But I continued to conversate with her about real estate, educating her on the market. And here we are a year later. I ran into this guy at some function I was at, talking real estate again. And he was like, yeah, I won't say her name, but she told me you're the man and I should use you. And boom, he bought a house and we closed
So
yesterday.
she said she had an agent that she's been using, but it
But she
actually
still
ended up
gave me a
referring you to
referral.
somebody else. Yeah,
Yep,
that's awesome.
I'll take that.
Heck yeah.
You got anything else to add, Richard?
No, like I said, I think the whole highlight of top agents seems to be communication. And I think that's the point driven across today. Communicate, communicate, communicate. Good things will happen.
All right, Anthony. Well, thanks for coming on the show today. Super
Thank you for
appreciate it.
having me.
Thanks for giving us your tips of your success, man. Keep at it. Good job.
Thank you.
Thanks, Anthony. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. We have a special guest on today's show. We have Reggie Sylvester, and he's a top agent here in Stockton, and he's gonna talk about top agent tips for long-term success. So we always ask top agents, give us one or two maybe things that you found over the year that really works for you, like, because everybody's different. What are one or two really top tips that have given you longevity in this real estate career?
Okay. Probably the most important thing is making contact with customers on a daily basis. That's the most important thing. And so the way I do that is I use a dialer. I use Red X. And then I found having a dialer, it gives me an opportunity to call new people on a regular basis. First people we're supposed to call is our past clients and center of influence. But once we make through those calls, how I keep new life coming in the pipeline is I use a dialer to make phone calls on a daily basis. And so you can get geographical leads, you can get probate leads, foreclosure leads, rent to own. There's just different ways. So I think a good way, the way that I go about prospecting for business is I look for a market and then I work on that niche and then I use the dialer to reach out to those people.
Yeah, good point, Reggie. It's funny that you say that because the number one complaint against realtors is lack of communication.
Lack of communication.
As manager that I've been for a while, that's a call I get probably once a week. Well, why isn't my realtor calling me back? Then I ask him, well, I don't have anything to say. Well, call and talk about the weather, talk about something, but talk to your client. And it sounds like you cover that, and that's why you're a top realtor. You have maybe another tidbit to give us.
In times like this, we've got to maximize every opportunity. So get a good contract, make sure that, once you take on getting something, investing in something like a dialer, you need to you're investing your dollars. So you need to really make sure that you maximize your dollars. And that's, you know, why I've been with Advanced One as long as I have been. You know, it's kind of hard. How am I going to find a good deal for a buyer or a seller if I can't find the best deal for myself? So get a good contract and then go after the business. And that's pretty much it.
Well, thank you for that. Appreciate it. It's good to hear from top realtors. You know, we want to give you out there tips that will help you to be better and more successful. And Reggie, I think you gave us a couple that will help on that long list of things that we need to do to be more successful.
Hoorah.
All right, Reggie, thank you very much. Thank you for your service.
Hoorah. Thank you guys for having me. It's good working with both of you. Thanks a lot.
All right, Reggie, see ya.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.